Freedom Struggle Series. 1. 1915, Gandhi returns to India. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi returns to India from South Africa, where he had spent over 2 decades fighting against racial discrimination and injustice through non-violent means. 2. 1917, Champaran Satyagraha. Gandhi launches his first major civil disobedience movement in Champaran, Bihar, to protest against the exploitative indigo plantations and demand better treatment for farmers. 3. 1918, Kheda Satyagraha. Gandhi leads a non-violent protest in Kheda, Gujarat, against the British government's oppressive taxation policies, particularly regarding land revenue, and successfully negotiates concessions for the farmers. 4. 1919, Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. British troops under General Dyer opened fire on a peaceful gathering in Jallianwala Bagh, Amritsar, killing hundreds of unarmed civilians. The massacre galvanizes widespread outrage and increases support for Gandhi's non-cooperation movement. 5. 1920-1922, Non-Cooperation Movement. Gandhi launches the non-cooperation movement, urging Indians to boycott British goods, educational institutions, courts, and government services. The movement gains significant momentum but is suspended after outbreaks of violence, notably the Chowri Chora incident. 6. 1930, Salt March, Dandi Satyagraha. Gandhi leads the Salt March, a 240-mile journey from Sabarmati Ashram to the coastal town of Dandi, to protest against the British salt monopoly. The act of making salt from seawater defies British laws and sparks widespread civil disobedience across India. 7. 1931, Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Gandhi negotiates with Lord Irwin, the Viceroy of India, and reaches an agreement known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. The British agree to release political prisoners and allow Indians to participate in the Round Table conferences on constitutional reforms. 8. 1942, Quit India Movement. Gandhi launches the Quit India Movement, demanding an end to British rule in India. The movement calls for immediate independence and mass civil disobedience. Thousands of Indians are arrested, and the British respond with severe repression. 9. 1947, Partition and Independence. Negotiations between Indian leaders, including Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and the British government lead to the Mountbatten Plan and the eventual partition of India into 2 independent nations, India and Pakistan. India gains independence from British rule on August 15, 1947. Throughout his life, Mahatma Gandhi's commitment to non-violence, civil disobedience, and moral principles inspired millions of Indians to join the struggle for independence. His leadership and philosophy continue to influence movements for justice, equality, and peace around the world. 1. Mahatma Gandhi, 1869-1948. Philosophy: Ahimsa, non-violence, and Satyagraha, truth force. Gandhi believed in the power of non-violent resistance to achieve political and social change. He emphasized the importance of truth, non-violence, and self-discipline in the pursuit of freedom. 2. Jawaharlal Nehru, 1889-1964. Philosophy: Democratic Socialism and Secularism. Nehru envisioned a modern, secular, and socialist India. He advocated for democratic principles, secularism, and economic policies aimed at social justice and equitable development. 3. Subhas Chandra Bose, 1897-1945. Philosophy: Militant Nationalism and Social Justice. Bose believed in militant nationalism and advocated for the use of force to overthrow British rule. He also emphasized the importance of social justice and the upliftment of the marginalized sections of society. 4. Bhagat Singh, 1907-1931. Philosophy: Revolutionary Socialism and Atheism. Bhagat Singh was a socialist revolutionary who fought against British colonialism through acts of violence. He believed in the need for radical social and economic change and was critical of religious orthodoxy. 5. Rani Lakshmibai, 1828-1858. Philosophy: Patriotism and Gender Equality. Rani Lakshmibai, the Queen of Jhansi, symbolized the spirit of patriotism and resistance against British rule. She fought bravely in the Indian Rebellion of 1857 and advocated for gender equality and women's empowerment. 6. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, 1856-1920. Philosophy: Swaraj, self-rule, and Hindu nationalism. Tilak was a staunch advocate of Swaraj and Hindu nationalism. He popularized the slogan, "Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it," and emphasized the cultural and religious unity of Hindus. 7. Lala Lajpat Rai, 1865-1928. Philosophy, nationalism and social reform. Lajpat Rai was a prominent nationalist leader who advocated for Indian self-rule and social reform. He played a key role in the Swadeshi movement and the agitation against the Simon Commission. 8. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, 1888-1958. Philosophy, composite nationalism and religious harmony. Azad promoted the idea of composite nationalism, which emphasized unity in diversity and religious harmony. He was a strong advocate for Hindu-Muslim unity and played a crucial role in the Indian freedom struggle. 9. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, 1875-1950. Philosophy, unity and integration. Patel played a pivotal role in the integration of princely states into independent India. He believed in the importance of national unity and worked tirelessly to unite the diverse regions of India. 10. Annie Besant, 1847-1933. Philosophy, theosophy and Indian self-rule. Besant was a prominent theosophist who became involved in the Indian freedom movement. She advocated for Indian self-rule and supported various social and religious reforms, including women's rights and education. These freedom fighters contributed significantly to India's struggle for independence and espoused diverse philosophies aimed at achieving freedom, justice, and equality for all. The period from the Government of India Act of 1935 to India's independence in 1947 was marked by significant constitutional developments and pivotal events that shaped Indian politics. In this time frame, India witnessed the consolidation of nationalist movements, the struggle for self-governance, and the eventual attainment of independence from British rule. Here's a concise overview of the Indian constitutional background and key events during this period. The Government of India Act of 1935 served as a crucial milestone in India's constitutional evolution. It introduced significant reforms, including the establishment of provincial autonomy and the expansion of limited franchise. However, it also retained several provisions that upheld British control over crucial matters like defence and finance. The period saw the emergence of important political movements and events that laid the groundwork for India's independence. 1. Congress Ministries, 1937-1939. Following provincial elections held under the Government of India Act, Indian National Congress formed ministries in several provinces. This marked a significant step towards Indian self-governance, with Congress leaders assuming administrative responsibilities. 2. World War II and Quit India Movement, 1942. India's participation in World War II led to discontent among Indians due to the British government's unilateral decision to involve India without consulting Indian leaders. In response, Mahatma Gandhi launched the Quit India movement, demanding immediate British withdrawal from India. The movement faced severe repression, with many Congress leaders arrested, including Gandhi. 3. Cripps Mission, 1942. In an attempt to address Indian grievances and secure Indian cooperation in the war effort, the British government sent Sir Stafford Cripps to negotiate with Indian political leaders. The mission proposed limited dominion status for India after the war, but it failed to gain Indian acceptance due to its failure to guarantee full independence. 4. Simla Conference, 1945. The Simla Conference was convened to discuss the transfer of power to Indians after the war. However, it ended inconclusively due to disagreements between the Congress and the Muslim League over the issue of Muslim representation and the creation of Pakistan. 5. General elections, 1945-1946. In the midst of post-war uncertainty, general elections were held in India in 1945-1946. The Indian National Congress emerged as the single largest party but failed to secure a consensus with the Muslim League on the formation of a unified government. 6. Mountbatten Plan and Partition, 1947. With communal tensions escalating and no agreement between Congress and the Muslim League, the British government appointed Lord Mountbatten as the last Viceroy of India with a mandate to oversee the transfer of power. Mountbatten proposed a plan for partition and the creation of two separate dominions, India and Pakistan, which was accepted by Indian leaders. India gained independence on August 15, 1947. These events illustrate the complex interplay of political, social, and economic factors that shaped the course of Indian history during the period from the Government of India Act of 1935 to independence in 1947. Despite challenges and divisions, India's struggle for freedom ultimately resulted in the birth of the world's largest democracy and a testament to the power of non-violent resistance and perseverance in the face of adversity.